How fat have you become?
I was 140, I've lost a lot.
You haven't. It's alright, we're going
Here we
to
go. Do I just stand on it? 140. This is still kilos, baby.
60.7.
I've lost 80 pounds.
Yep. We're just coming out of Grand Lake as we speak. We ended up staying here last night, and we got here early enough yesterday actually. And we ended up staying with a friend of a friend. Evan from the Drinking Horn Meadery set us up with an old uni mate of his, a guy called Jeremy. So we stayed at his place last night. It was great. He had a hot tub, so it was great for the legs, because the legs were pretty heavy coming into town. So we got on the beers as we always do, and we had a few beers today in the park where we were drying some stuff out. So, and I'm not exactly feeling the best, and I've got a 5,000 foot climb now right up ahead of me. So, but we're not going to make it up the whole way tonight. Probably make it halfway, I reckon. Probably do about 6 miles. I'm probably about 1 mile in already from town. So, but no, it was a good time. Thank you very much, Jeremy, for letting us stay and letting us get all our gear cleaned up. And thanks for the hangover. We've just taken off from camp, and we have a 3,000 foot climb now to the top of the pass. So I think it's over 6 miles as well, so it shouldn't be too bad. The terrain's pretty good, the trail's well maintained. And the plan is now to go 17 miles to Highway 40, I think it is, where we're going to meet up with Freeway's friend who's living here in Colorado. So he's going to hike out with us for a day or two. And we're going to try and push 20 miles today. So try and hit 20 every day now if we can until we get out of Colorado. And if we can push more, we will, because we certainly need to up the miles. It's into August now. And we still have a long way to go. We're almost halfway, and we definitely need to be finished by the end of October, at the start of November anyway, at the latest. So, because we don't want to get caught out in the snow in the north. I just got to the top of the pass in Rocky Mountain National Park, and the views are incredible up here. It's exposed, but you can see for a long way in every direction. But what a day so far. The animals, they're out in force. We, myself and Freeway, came across a moose this morning. She didn't want to budge. I just seen this big massive head in the bushes, and out she came onto the trail, and Freeway got pretty close, and then she bush bashed down off the edge of the trail and down into the woods. And then we came across a few elk as well. Actually got pretty close. So I don't think you can hunt on here, so maybe that's why they weren't as terrified as they normally are. They're gone at the speed of light. But then we had little marmots. They were leading the way, so one followed me up the trail, or actually guided me up the trail. And the little chipmunks have been out in force as well. They're out squeaking and shouting and doing stuff. But the plan is now to go down the backside of this mountain and hopefully have lunch somewhere in the tree line, because it is a bit exposed up here. It's windy, and I do need water as well. But so far, absolutely beautiful day, brilliant day, good day to be back out on trail. Yes. Give us a yes.
Pretty good drop there. I guess I was set to like give you that.
We're just coming up on the highway now, and that'll leave us with 17 miles for the day. But we're going to push on another 3 to get away from the road. And it's just started raining, so I've just seeked a little bit of shelter under a tree until it passes. But today was tough. Well, the start of today was tough. Climbing up over that pass this morning was a challenge, but it was beautiful at the top. And then this evening, to be honest, the hike down here has been excellent as well. We've had 2 swims, but I've had to walk a gauntlet of mosquitoes. Got absolutely destroyed there for about 45 minutes. So I think they've calmed down a little bit now. And hopefully, fingers crossed, when I get down here, they disappear as well. But just wait for this to pass, then keep moving. This is where the Colorado begins.
Yeah, won't be too many nights like this where it's just ambient temperature, it's just chill and no wind.
Winter's coming. The last 2 days have been pretty chilled out, to be honest. We hiked 6 miles to the top of the pass yesterday with Freewheel's friend Robert, who came and joined us, and he's actually going to come back and join us again when we get the steamboat. But it was a good day. We chilled out, went for a swim, and had a bit of a brutal climb. Had a nice lunch, and then chilled out and drank some whiskey at the top of the pass before Robert took off. So we're going to see him again in 2 days' time, and then he's going to hike out with us from Steamboat. But the views yesterday were incredible. Coming up over that pass was spectacular, and we're going to be saying goodbye to these views very, very shortly, because we have just a little over 100 miles to go now until we cross the border into Wyoming. So I'll be getting all my packages sorted in the next town for Wyoming. I'm going to post a few packages ahead to myself from Steamboat Springs. So, but it's been a good day. We are going to try and get to 21 miles today from where we camped this morning, and that should leave us then with probably about 25-26 miles to go tomorrow. So probably get in the day after, early on Monday. That's the plan anyway. But we witnessed a beautiful sunset last night. It was incredible. We picked a good spot. I think we ended up only doing about 8 miles in total yesterday, so if we're lucky, 8 miles. But it's good to have them rest days as well. It's good to get the legs rested and enjoy the views, as opposed to just getting up to the pass and sitting there for 10 minutes and going again. But I'm just waiting on the boys now, and I can see Freewheel coming down the hill. So we're going to make a decision whether we're going to stay here and have lunch or move on. Yeah, that's the other reason. There's going to be no water for the next 10 miles over this pass. So I'll be coming into drier sections again. I'll definitely miss drinking out of these fresh creeks and streams. So, but look, we'll have it again further on up the trail. But for now, it's enjoy the last of the mountains while I can. We've just taken off from lunch. Freewheel has had a snooze, and I'll tell you one thing, it's hot. It hasn't been this hot for a long time. we've dropped way down now. I think we're at about 8,000 feet, I think. And it's dry as well, very little water around. So there's a stretch now of 11.5 miles between water sources. So myself and Freewheel didn't have lunch at the water. Decided to hike on a little bit until we got some flat land. So we made a mistake. I've only got a little bit of water left now, so I'm probably just over a litre. It did take me 10.5 miles now actually. So shaved off a little bit. But I've also got, I think it's 3,500 feet of elevation gain before I get to that next water. But it's getting to the cooler part of the day, so hopefully, fingers crossed, by the time I get out of the trees, it's a hell of a lot cooler. I wasn't feeling too good a couple of days ago, and the same thing's happening again. When we left Rocky Mountain National Park, I was getting very dizzy and very lightheaded, and the boys said I turned as white as a ghost, and I'm getting the exact same feeling now. And I know I just haven't drank enough water throughout the day, and I've got just over half a litre to take me another probably 6 miles from here. So not feeling too good. I've just got to a bit of a flat spot. I'm going to sit down and have a snack and have a sip of water because I just feel very dizzy again. That was the last serious climb in Colorado. Ticked off the list. I'll tell you, that was tough. That was tough. That taught me a few lessons. I'm almost out of water now and I've got another 4 miles to go until I get to water, but we get up to the top and it's windy. And this little hut is open, which is a pleasant surprise. And the boys are just coming up off this ridge now. So they're not far behind me. But I'm going to sit down here and have a snack. I'm starving. But goodbye to the beautiful peaks of Colorado, and I will be back. That's for sure. Getting some snow with that boy.
Bon appetit.